Hi, and thanks so much for joining me for this luxury beauty haul. If you'd like to see that, please keep watching. We have some very lovely items today, and some of it is PR, so we will start with that. And then I'm going to revisit some things that I introduced. They weren't in a haul, but we just went straight to the video because they came in so quickly. But I will answer some questions about those as well. Starting off with Chantecaille, whenever I receive a package from Chantecaille, I get so excited. My husband laughs at how excited I get. They did kindly send me all of these. I was going to purchase this, but it arrived in the mail. So I received the Butterfly Eye Quartet, and I'll be learning more about this on a call with Chantecaille later this week. So I want to wait to learn as much as I can about this before I feature it. It might be a few days, but I will go ahead and integrate all of the information that I learned. So if you already do have this palette, I might be able to provide some extra information for you. Here it is, really beautiful. I've seen so many lovely demos on this. I haven't tried it yet, so I'm really excited. You got some really pretty shades in here in that lovely duochrome effect in that shade number, oh gosh, I think it's shade number 2. So look for that video, it'll be coming soon. I also received all of the lip shades. We've got the shade Peach Blossom. We also have the shade Clover. Let me know what you would like me to compare these to as well, because they are reminding me of some shades, but I'll have to look through everything to see. By the way, these are the Lip Chics. So they're a little bit more glossy in terms of their finish. This formula is a bestseller for them. And then we have the shade Hyssop. Yeah, at first glance, those looked a little bit too light for me online, but I think they're going to work out really well. So excited to give those a try. So thank you so much, Chantecaille, for sending all of that over. Before we keep going, I just wanted to thank you for following me on LikeToKnow.it, because I did put out on the community tab that I needed 60 followers on there before the end of February. So that company is also the same company that affords me the access to affiliate links. So whenever you buy anything using affiliate links, thank you so much if you are. I get a small commission, and that is a direct link to why I have more videos, more content, more makeup. It is because you kindly use those affiliate links. So this company has a goal for me to have 60 followers by the end of February, and I think we're at like 49 or something like that. So we only need a little bit more than 10 more. So thank you so much to those of you who quickly got it done. I really, really appreciate it. And it's different than Instagram or YouTube because it does house a lot of my favorites on there. So if you're wondering about things like earrings, I get so many questions about the other Dior earrings that I wear. I have those on there. If I talked about something that I loved and you can't remember what it was, it's probably on there, and you can just click on the picture and go directly to shop. Those, of course, are affiliate links as well, but I think it's a really convenient place to go, just so you can quickly see what I've been talking about, what I've been loving, and I'm also starting to put things that are on my wish list over there. So even some fashion that I've been looking at, some things that I think would be really lovely to have one of these days, I have those things on there as well. I'll also be putting things that I'm planning to buy on there if you'd like to follow. So if you would, I would really appreciate it. And thank you again for using those affiliate links. Then we got PR from a brand new brand that's launching today at Sephora. And this is a less is more beauty line, which I love. So if you love really edited makeup, although if you're here, you probably love all kinds of makeup, but these are things that I've been actually trying out quite a bit since I received them. So I got them a few weeks ago, and I have some really solid thoughts around them. So I will be featuring this in an upcoming video as well. The brand is Merit, and I really like their philosophy. They are a clean beauty brand. This is really the most less is more makeup line I think I've tried. Their line is very curated at this time. I don't know if they'll be expanding, but what they do have covers the very bare minimum that I think I would use in terms of a makeup look. But it does cover most of the bases. So we've got this foundation. It's a foundation stick, which also doubles as a concealer, and I wasn't quite sure about that concept, but I can tell you that it indeed works. And the shade match was pretty amazing because I was doing my very best to look online at the shades, and I chose Suede, and it is probably one of the best shade matches I've ever found in any line. Spoiler alert, I really like this product. Then we've got the highlighter, and they have this in a couple of shades. I have the shade Cava. It's like a nice champagne-y color. That's what I usually prefer in, not concealers, in highlighters. Then there's this brush, and you can see I've been using it. I really like it with the foundation. I can see why they included this as part of the collection because it does work really, really well with that foundation. They also have blushes, and this one's in terracotta. Now, I know it doesn't look like a blush, but it is a blush. It looks like it would be a bronzer. They were sold out of all the other colors, so this is what was left, but I'm glad I got to try it. This is a very sheer kind of blush, almost like a, I'm gonna say like a lip balm for your cheeks, that kind of sheerness. And then they have a tinted lip oil, and this is in the shade Marrakesh. And this was also a great shade choice for me. Again, when you see this, you're going to see really how non-makeup-y this whole makeup look is. And then they have a brow product. Some of the things that I really focus on with no makeup or very minimal makeup, eyebrows is one of them. Eyebrows really impact the overall look for me. So this is in the shade Brown, and I love the minimal packaging as well. And this is really buildable. And then they also have a mascara, and this is in the shade, well, there's only one shade, it's black, and it's a tubing mascara. So for those of you who like a tubing mascara, you'll get to see this in action. Again, they're launching today on Sephora, so if you're interested, make sure to check it out. If you are my foundation shade and you would like to get this before I demo it, Suede is a really beautiful shade match, which also does work as a concealer. So I did use the same shade as concealer and foundation. So if you missed any of the Chanel videos lately, and I feel like that's all I've done are Chanel videos, I do have other makeup, but for some reason, Chanel has been the focus, and I picked up a lot of the items from their most recent collection. Starting with this highlighter, I have used this with the balm mixed in, and the only way I hadn't used it yet is as a highlighter, as a powder highlighter on top of powder blush. So here it is. I thought I would show you. It's a really beautiful, subtle kind of highlighter. So it's not really beaming, but it's a beautiful glow. So if you like a more subtle highlighter, I think you'll really like this one. It's a really beautiful shade as well. Someone did tell me that you can use this all over your face, and I think I read that. So let's just, should we try? I have my Lumiere brush here. We're just gonna see what happens. Really lightly though. Okay. So I think around the perimeter, kind of like the way I use meteorites, it works. It's gonna be a little tricky on those pores, but just for a really gentle kind of glow. So it is that subdued of a highlighter that you can do that with it if you want to. Then I picked up the balm, which I think doesn't look that exciting, but I've been able to use it with powder blushes. So just taking a powder blush, and then you would just incorporate it with that balm and you pat it on, and your blushes turn into cream blushes. So let me know if any of you have tried that. I really like that trick, so you can convert any of your powder blushes to a cream blush, and then it just swipes off really easily, so then it can look like this so you don't destroy this. I did pick up the Kohl's, so you can use it as an eyeshadow, as an eyeliner. I did have a couple of questions. I picked this up, the number 38. This one is a burgundy color, really, really beautiful, especially with that highlighter if you combine it on your eyes. I also picked up 40, which has a bit of shimmer in it. So I did have a couple of questions how to keep this sharpened, and I do apply it on the side, not like this. I'm just trying to show you how much is in there, but I do apply it like this on the side. So it doesn't really get that dull because I'm constantly using the side of this. So if I need to go in with a more pointed end, it's not dull because I'm not going in like this. So I'm kind of sharpening it, not on purpose, by applying it on its side like this. But I haven't tried sharpening it in a sharpener. So if somebody knows, let us know how that works. Okay, so I wound it all the way up, and that's how much is in there. So I've used this only once or twice at this point, so I haven't really used it. So for those of you who are wondering, that's the amount. Okay, I also had a question about how number 40 compares with the Brun Agape. Here is 40. And this is Brun Agape. So that's the difference. There is quite a difference. So I don't think that they are the same shade at all. this is definitely more intense. So if you want something softer for your waterline, I think number 40 is really pretty. And actually I have number 40 in my waterline today if you wanted to see what that looks like. It is a much softer color. So I'm glad I have this because sometimes the waterline, I want it neutralized. Maybe I want something a little bit in there, but I don't want it to be that detectable. So I think number 40 is perfect for that. Also, this is the easiest eye look ever. I don't know if you saw that video, but I just swiped it on, went in the waterline, went below, mascara, done. So if you want a quick, easy eye look that will turn out really nice and you can go really soft with it or intense, I think this one is beautiful. I also picked up some lip shades. So this is number 192, which I have on now, and it's really stunning. Okay, I'm looking at this because shortly after I took the picture, it rolled off the table and landed like this. So that's why it looks like this now. But now I'm really wondering how that happened because this is not round. So maybe I pushed it off the table. That's also a possibility, but it's fine. It still is a beautiful shade. It just is a little harder to apply though because it doesn't have that shape anymore. Then I picked up number 154. It's a really soft, pearlescent, warm pink color. I think it's pretty. So if you like something, I mean, I equate this to more like a very fancy balm that has a bit of shimmer to it. It's a really nice, soft look. Really hydrating, of course, because it is the Rouge Cocoa Flash formula. And this first one was Rouge Allure. And then I also picked up the Rouge Cocoa in 496, which is quite cool actually on my skin tone, and I really like it. It's just a little bit more sheer. I was very pleased with all of the choices that I picked up from the Chanel launch, and that's all thanks to Margaret, the sales associate who worked with me, as well as the makeup artist who was there that day. And I know many of you have asked for Margaret's contact information, so I don't feel comfortable just listing it here because I don't know if she would want that. But if you want to direct message me on Instagram, I am happy to provide that information for you, so just let me know. I really feel lucky having found her though. She is quite wonderful. Just a little update on the Guerlain foundation. If you didn't see that video, I picked it up. It's the new formula. It says 24-hour wear. I did try it against a Clé de Peau just to see how it went. This one, the Radiant Fluid Foundation Matte. And I actually have them on my face right now. I've got the Clé de Peau over here and I have the Guerlain over here. Once everything is on, they look very similar, but there is quite a difference when applied. This has a much silkier kind of texture. It looks more like radiant, even though it says matte. This one is definitely more matte. So I think if you have oily skin, you might like this one. I also prepped with Rose de May oil, and then I went in with my brush and used this little concoction with the Rose de May oil as well as the Radiance Elixir mixed in here. I sprayed this and then I applied it. So that went better. It's again a little bit more work than I want for something like this, especially when I already have this. So I did want to let you know I did try it side by side and they are not the same. Then I picked up this very beautiful looking powder by Dior. It was a nice powder. I haven't had a chance to really try it again, but I think the finish was beautiful. But this shade is too deep for me. And it is the shade Light. So if you didn't see that video, that's my little recap of it. I think it did a nice job. I just didn't love how it showed my dark spots. Now, if you don't have dark spots, then you don't have to worry about it, but it does show the skin underneath. So I do need to try it with other kinds of application in terms of different concealers, or maybe not even with foundation underneath, we'll see. But I did like the finish. Oh, I forgot to mention, I picked up this Chanel eyebrow product as well. It's in 810. It's a really great match for me. If you want black though, you're going to want to go with the next color, which I think is black, but this is a very cool brown color. Really nice. It makes brow application really fast. I also wanted to show you this number 38, the burgundy shade against the Victoria Beckham in the Bordeaux, because if you have this Victoria Beckham and you were wondering about this, I thought I'd just show you. So let me just swatch really quickly. Okay, so they're a bit different. So this is the Victoria Beckham Bordeaux, and this is the Chanel in number 38. So Chanel number 38 has a little bit more pink in it, I think. The Bordeaux is more intense. So that is the difference in case you were wondering about that. I I did order a couple of things from Selfridges Suku items. So they have these new palettes. I'm really interested in them. Never tried them before, but hear great things. So I picked up the Signature Color Eyeshadow Palette in number 6. I think it's a new shade. Let me know if it's not, but I think it is one of the new shades. Most of them looked warm, and this one looked different than anything else that I have, or at least I think it looks different than anything I have. It's got that olive green color in there that looks really interesting. And I also picked up one of the Comfort Lip Fluid Fog. I haven't tried any of those, and I got mine in the shade 103. That was a really hard thing to see online. I'm not really quite sure what shade I'm getting, but I tried to find something that was close to my lip color. So thank you again so much, Chantecaille, for sending over the butterfly collection. Thank you so much, Merit Beauty, for sending over your collection. And thank you again for all of your support. That is the only reason I receive any PR or have any opportunities to interface with companies like Chantecaille, like Merit. I just wanted to reiterate how grateful I am to you for all of your views, likes, and comments. But that is it for today's video, so please take care of each other, stay well. If you enjoyed this video, if you learned something, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you next time.